5 years has gone by pretty quickly, and we've had ups and downs. Sometimes I was wondering why we stayed open instead of just taking the government funded check. We would have made more, but it was more for our customers. A lot of people don't have any other place to go. They're single.
Yeah, it's all very connected. Like I felt a big sense of duty to my family and to our employees to keep doing this. When customers came and then they felt that same duty to us, it's like, that was a big part of what got us through. I never thought there was a time we would shut down. It was very difficult having, to make our own decisions with not a lot of guidance. We went almost a year and a half past the city mandate, just for family concerns and community concerns. It was really personal choice more than a business choice. For safety, we have to remember, it is a family restaurant. Our concern is the family, the employees that have been with us a long time, and we just didn't think that it was worth one of us getting sick. That's another big part of why we stayed closed. This is a community spot. We didn't think it was responsible to reopen up. When we reopened in the end of 2021, it was just full steam ahead. We'd never been busier.
It's been tough with inflations, with minimum wage increases, with different taxes that have been put upon small businesses. It's always hard to be a small business in Tucson. Everybody stayed through COVID. They worked 1, maybe 2 days a week when we were just doing to-go orders. They just come in. And then once we were able to partially open, they stayed. And our customers are very generous because they know my staff. They're like friends, they're like family. So I have pretty much all the staff we started COVID with.
So we were able to retain all of our full-time staff. And then once we started opening up slowly, then we could start rehiring people.
There's a certain generation that's always going to work. They've always had to work. There's a generation where thinks that they're all going to become famous YouTubers. That's why I have 3 senior citizens back here. And I tell them, I said, if you guys all retire at once, I said, I have to close because I'm never going to find more employees. I have a problem raising prices. I know you have to. A lot of my customers are on such fixed incomes with Social Security and Medicare and what have you. With this huge increase on minimum wage, though, there's nothing we can do about it. With inflation, with egg prices, and especially breakfast places who makes their money on eggs and potatoes.
Well, we've always raised, every 2 years. I've tried not to go overboard or making sure we make a profit on something. It just doesn't seem, it's not what we're in this business for. When there's a minimum wage hike, kids have more money to spend. I know other businesses might think that they have a hard time with that, but we find the opposite. When minimum wage goes up, sales go up. So it all evens out.
Most of my prices that I've been purchasing post-COVID have at least doubled. It is what it is. I'm either going to go broke because I don't have any customers because our prices are too high, or I'm going to go broke because I can't pay anybody. Might as well just give it a try. I think that shutting down everything really did a disservice to just communities in general. It was interesting because when we reopened from COVID, at 50%, and we had all our dividers and stuff like that, it's like people would walk in with their mandated masks. I don't think it made any difference.
We don't have guidance from the CDC or your county health department. They don't know a lot. They're figuring it out as they go. So we overcompensated a lot by overcleaning things and being overly cautious in that way. But it's at the time we thought that's what was the best thing to do. Really proud of how hard the team worked and how they bought into, what decisions I was making.
Yeah, I think that whole thing was a bit over the top. So if it happens again, I think everybody should just be able to, if we could, just stay mellow and just work through it.
This is like a Tucson restaurant. I know it says Mexican restaurant out there, but it's a Tucson restaurant.
We have regulars that come in every day, sometimes twice a day, 6 days a week. When somebody doesn't show up for a couple of days, we get worried, and we've had to do a couple of welfare checks just to make sure.
Going through the past 5 years is to reevaluate the things that we were doing, that to really consider what purpose this restaurant has in your community. For the neighborhood to be able to come in, for people to have like the connection that this is like a Tucson landmark. Like that it reminds them of their family or their grandparents. That's important to me. That's worth working hard for.
Hi, I'm Tom McNamara, host of Arizona Illustrated. Thanks so much for watching this story from our show. And for more local stories from Arizona Illustrated, just click right here.